Hola y'all, my name is Carla and today I'm going to teach you how to make a keto chicken enchilada casserole. Let's go check out the ingredients. So for this recipe, which is actually my abuela's, we're going to need 6 tomatillos, cilantro, 2 poblanos, half an onion, a serrano, 6 garlic cloves, bay leaves, salt, 1 kilogram or roughly 2 pounds of chicken thighs with skin and bone, a cup of Mexican or Salvadorian crema, but if you can only find sour cream, that's okay, don't stress, that'll work too. We're also going to need 3 cups of queso chihuahua, manchego, or mozzarella. My favorite for this recipe is the chihuahua queso, but it can be really hard to find in USA, so today we're gonna work with mozzarella cheese, which is very easy to find, and trust me, the results are just gonna be as delicious. And lastly, queso fresco. This one's optional because it's only for decorations. And I almost forget to tell you about the chicken powder. We're gonna need that as well. We're going to start by cooking our chicken. First, we're going to season our water. I can tell you how much salt to put in the water, but one of the first things that my chef taught me was to taste as you go. So that's what we're gonna do. And if it tastes kind of like seawater, then we're ready to go. Now we're gonna add the garlic and the bay leaves. It's been 20 minutes, so let's go check our pollo. Ooh, this looks perfect. And now we're gonna take our chicken out and we're just gonna let it cool down so we can start shredding it. Next, we're gonna start with our delicious salsa. Let's begin by roasting our peppers. We want the skin to char, like I think this one. Oh, there we go. We're getting a nice char over there. But don't worry, we'll peel it off later. But the inside of the pepper is gonna be perfectly cooked with a nice roasted flavor. This technique is actually called tatemado in Mexico. Keep an eye on them, and whenever they're fully roasted, we're just gonna rotate them. Oh, like this one. This one still needs a little bit more. While the peppers are getting roasted, let's start our salsa. Grab your tomatillos, your serrano, and quarter of an onion, divided by layers, so it will cook faster. We're gonna put them in a sheet pan, and we're gonna drizzle some oil. Now we're gonna sprinkle some salt. Now for the garlic, the other 2 garlic cloves we have, we're gonna create a little pouch so they don't get burned. Just put some oil in there, some salt, and we're gonna close it. Like that. Shit in the oven, and 500 degrees, we're gonna broil them. As you can see, our pepper is looking good, roasted on every side. So now we're gonna transfer it to a plastic bag. We're gonna place them there and we're gonna let them sweat. Now this is only one, the other one's not ready, so we're gonna wait for the other one. It's been 4 minutes and wow, just wow. Look at that. All of this, it's flavor. All of this. So we're ready to take them out. Okay, so now we're gonna place our tomatillos in the blender. And I actually noticed something. Most of them are cooked through, as you can see, from each side. But this one isn't, so this one's going back to the oven. So I said, don't rush it. Patience is key. Okay, we put that in with our onions, which are ready. Now let's check our garlic. Wow, look at that. Perfectly cooked. So what we're gonna do is just gonna take these ones back in the oven for another maybe a minute or 2. It was actually 2 minutes. Look at this. Now they're perfect and they're ready to be blended. No kitchen is free of mistakes, and I am not the exception. But it was an easy mistake. We fixed it, so we're good. 10 minutes have passed by, so let's check our sweaty chiles. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? technically, we're not supposed to do this. We're not supposed to rinse them on the water to take the skin off. But I like to do it this way. A lot of people say that it will take the flavor off. I don't believe so. I've done this plenty of times. And actually, a restaurant that I used to work at, I'm not going to say which, we used to do this. So we're going to give it a try. Now look at this beauty. It's perfectly cooked, perfectly rinsed. And now it's going into our salsa. Bring your peppers, and we're gonna take this little colita off. I don't know how to say that in English, I'm sorry. And we're gonna put it in there. Now the cilantro is completely to your taste. You might like it with less cilantro or with more cilantro than I do. So you remember what I taught you at the beginning of this video? You need to taste at every step of the process. Now we're gonna put our cheese in there, 2 of the 3 cups. The other cup, we're gonna use it to put it on top later. Next, let's add our crema. Okay. We're gonna season our salsa. We do this at the very end because the crema and the cheese have their own salts, so we want to make sure it's not overly salty. Okay, we're gonna try it to see if it needs more seasoning. It tastes good, but it needs more salt and more chicken powder. Now that our salsa is perfectly seasoned and done, we're gonna move on to the chicken and to make the casserole. If you're liking this video, don't forget to go follow me on TikTok. Now let's shred our chicken. No specific way, no rocket science. We're just gonna shred it normally. Sorry guys, sometimes my Spanish kicks in. Finally, we are going to build our casserole. I promise all these steps are worth the effort. So we're just gonna dump our salsa in our chicken. And we're gonna mix. Perfect. You can add as much salsa as you want. Actually, my tomatoes were very juicy this time because I usually get less salsa than this, but great job tomatoes. Good job, HB. Thank you for bringing us good quality tomatoes. Smells awesome here, guys. I'm getting very, very hungry, y'all. Oh, sí. Se ve delicioso. Okay. And remember that other cup of cheese we had? We're gonna add that on the top. Ooh, I know you're drooling by now, so am I. You can always add more cheese if you want to, of course. Now let's go to the oven. Okay, 350, middle rack. Ooh, look at that. Okay, now we're gonna put it on the top rack. And we're gonna put it under the broiler for a couple minutes, just so the cheese gets brown and it looks amazing. Oh yes, oh sí. Now it's time for decorating our casserole. Remember, all of this is optional, but we want to make it stand out, so why not? I'm gonna start with some onions. Now we're gonna grab our queso fresco. First try didn't go well, but now we're gonna drizzle some crema on top. Ooh, there we go. I have over here some slices of avocado. Ooh, look at that. And lastly, if you want to, you can just either chop them or you can just put them like that. You can put them now. Let's give it a try. Moment of truth. El momento de la verdad, oiga. A ver. This is really good. This is really good. We kisses to the chef, to ourselves. So that was the recipe, y'all. Let me know how it turns out below on the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more Mexican recipes or whichever recipes I decide to do. I'm not sure where this YouTube journey is gonna take me. But for now, that's it. Adios, amigos. Hasta luego.